Good morning students, good morning to all of you. In the previous class, we have discussed about the construction of general cycloid. Today in this session, we will discuss about the construction of epicycloid. This is unit 1 class 11. So today in this class, we will discuss about these two topics. So first one is, first we should know about the definition of the epicycloid. So then after we will see construction of epicycloid. So first let us discuss the definition of the epicycloid. So already we have seen the definition of the epicycloid in the previous video or previous class. So once again listen. So how can we define epicycloid? Means, see here, whenever the circular body rolls on another circle, whenever the circular body rolls on another circle, it forms one type of curve that is called epicycloid, or we can define another way. So it is a curve traced by a point P on the circumference of a circle which rolls outside the another circle, without slipping. So then it forms a curve. That curve is called epicycloid. So this is a circular body. On that circular body, a small circular is rolling. So then it forms epicycloid curve. So let us see how the epicycloid curve will form. See here, first uh, take the center point of the base circle O. With center O, draw the some part of the base circle. So draw the two inclined lines from the center point. So if you draw a full circle of the base circle, so it will be like this. See here, this is a full base circle. Okay. So here these two inclined lines makes an angle theta. So how can we find theta? Theta is equal to 360 into circumference of the rolling circle divided by circumference of the base circle. So on this base circle, we have a small circle. This is a rolling circle or generating circle. So this generating circle contact with the base circle at point P1. So this generating circle or rolling circle is rolling on this base circle. So after completion of half revolution, the point P1 comes up at this particular position. Next half revolution P2 comes down at this particular position. So we got 3 points P1, P2, P3. If we join these 3 points, we get the epicycloid curve. See here, so this is how we get the epicycloid curve when the circular body rolls on another circle. So here this is theta. So how can we get the theta value? Means theta is equal to 360 into 2 pi r divided by 2 pi r. So 2 pi r nothing but this is circumference of the rolling circle, small circle, circumference of the base circle. Okay. So I hope you understand the definition of the epicycloid or how we get the epicycloid. Next, so this is also definition of the epicycloid. All of you observe this animation video. So how we get the epicycloid curve. So this is a small circle is rolling on the base circle. So it forming one type of curve that is called epicycloid curve. So let us see problem. Draw epicycloid of rolling circle diameter is 40 mm which rolls outside of another circle. The another circle, that is base circle, of diameter 150 mm for one revolution, and also draw tangent and normal line at any point on the curve. So if we observe carefully this problem, so we have two values, that is 40 and 150. So what is the 40 value? It is a diameter of the rolling circle or generating circle. What is 150 means? It is a diameter of the base circle, that is a base circle diameter 150. So what is the given data? Rolling circle diameter is given, that is 40 mm, small r is equal to 20 mm, radius is 20 mm. Base circle diameter is given capital T 150 mm, radius is equal to 75 mm. So this is a base circle of diameter 150 mm, radius is equal to 75 mm. This is a rolling circle or generating circle. Diameter of the generating circle is 40 mm, radius is equal to 20 mm. So the angle between these two lines is equal to theta. So how can we get the theta value? Theta is equal to 360 into 2 pi r, circumference of the rolling circle divided by circumference of the base circle. Then we get the theta value. So this is our problem. So now we have to construct the epicycloid. So we have some construction procedure. So that is, first we should calculate the angle made by the PQ. First we should calculate the angle made by the PQ at the center of the base circle. At the center of the base circle. So how can we calculate theta value? Theta is equal to 360 into 2 pi r by 2 pi r. So here pi gets cancelled. Sorry, 2 pi gets cancelled. Therefore theta is equal to 360 into small r divided by capital R. Small r is equal to 20. Capital R is equal to 75. So if you calculate this equation, this value, we get the 96 value. So now theta is equal to how much? 96 degrees. So next means, so the theta should be 96 degrees. So the angle between these two inclined lines, from this line to this line, so the angle between these two lines should be 90 degrees now. 96 degrees. Second point, mark the center point O for the base circle. With center O and radius equal to 75 mm, draw the sum part of the base circle. Sum part of the base circle. Next, mark the point O dash on the line OP such that PO dash is equal to small r, where small r is equal to what? Radius of the rolling circle. Divide the rolling circle into 12 number of equal parts. Sixth point. With center O, draw the circular arcs from the points 12, 111, 210, 39, 48, 57 and 6. So from these points, draw the circular arcs. Divide the PQ arc into 12 number of equal parts. These lines meet your center line, center arc at O1, O2 and so on, O12. With center O1 and radius equal to small r, that is 20 mm, draw the arc intersecting the arc 111 at P1. Repeat this 8th step for all points. So we get the P2, P3, P4 and so on P12. If we draw a smooth curve, freehand curve through the points P1, P2, P3 and so on P12 is the required epicycloid. So all of you observe this construction procedure while constructing the epicycloid. After constructing the epicycloid, so it will be, answer part will be like this. This is the answer part, final answer part. So let us see how we construct the epicycloid by using above construction procedure. See, first we should locate the center point of the base circle O. Okay, with center O, and radius equal to 75 mm, radius equal to 75 mm, draw the sum part of the base circle. Draw the sum part of the base circle. So this is a base circle. Sum part of the base circle. This is point P and point Q. Okay. Next, on the line OP, this is the OP line. This is OP line. On the line OP, mark a point O dash such that PO dash is equal to 20 mm. This distance is 20 mm. PO dash is equal to small r, that is equal to 20 mm. This is center of the rolling circle. With center O dash and radius equal to 20 mm, draw the rolling circle. With center O dash and radius equal to 20 mm, draw the rolling circle. Divide this rolling circle into 12 number of equal parts. 1, 2, 3 and so on 12. Okay. So draw the circular arcs. Draw the circular arcs from 111. So means like this. So from 10 to, from 9-3, sorry, from the center point. This is center line, center arc. So from 9-3, from 8-4, from 7-5, from 6. So these are the circular arcs we have to draw from the respective points. So extend this OQ line like this. Next, divide the PQ arc into same number of equal parts. This is a PQ arc. Divide this PQ arc into same number of equal parts, 12 equal number of parts. So angle between these two lines is 96 degrees. 96 degrees. So if we divide this 96 degrees angle, so we get the each part 8 degrees. So this is 8 degrees line. So with the help of divider, mark the remaining parts. Mark the remaining parts. So now we have divided this PQ line into 12 number of equal parts, 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash and so on, 12 dash. Okay, so these parts will meet your central arc at point O1, O2, O3 and so on, O12. So now O1 is a center point. O1 is a center point. Radius is 20 mm. Cut the 11-1 line. So that is your P1 point. Similarly, with center O2 with same radius, cut the 10-2 line, 10-2 arc. Okay, like this. Similarly, with center O3, cut the 9-3 arc. And similarly, with center O4, cut the 8-4 arc. And similarly, repeat this step for all center points. We get the arcs like this. So this is P1, P2, P3 and so on, P12. So if we draw a smooth hand curve, free hand curve through these points, we get the epicycloid curve. This is a green color line is epicycloid curve. So if you want to draw the tangent and normal line, mark a point M anywhere on the epicycloid curve. So I am taking here. This is M point. So this is center point. M is the center point. Radius is 20 mm. Cut the center line. Cut the center line. Or cut the center arc. So that is S point. From the join S and O. Join S and O. So here this S and O line will meet your PQ arc at point N. Join N and M. This is your normal line. So next from the point M, draw the tangent. So that is a red color line. This line should be perpendicular to normal line. So black color line and red color line should be perpendicular to each other. So this is our tangent. So after completion of drawing the epicycloid, so we have to give the dimensioning. See, the length of this line is what? 75 mm. This is radius of the base circle, and diameter of the lowering circle is what? 40. Okay, so this is a final answer. I hope you understand. Thank you so much.